Thanks for tuning in to your weekly dose of Happy Pill. If you have a topic, a specific topic that you want me to talk about, connect with me on Facebook and Instagram. So my Facebook account is MAR space SHA. So again, that's MAR space SHA. And on Instagram, it's Marsha. That's spelled Marsha for all those three. Again, that's Marsha. And then use the hashtag Happy Pill topic. So if your topic gets chosen, you'll get a shout out both on my podcast and on Facebook and Instagram. So go on your Facebook account or Instagram account and connect with me. Welcome back to another episode of your weekly dose of Happy Pill. I'm your host, Marsha, and I'm here to bring you positivity and inspiration and practical advice to make your life a little brighter, just like how it did on mine. So today we have an exciting topic to discuss. We're going to talk about procrastination. Have you ever found yourself putting things off until the last minute? Or maybe you have experienced the frustrations of missed opportunities because you have been delaying things that you needed to do. Well, today we are going to dive headfirst into the world of procrastination to understand why it happens, to understand the consequences that it brings, and most importantly, how you can break free from procrastination. Okay? So, how does procrastination sneak into your life? We've all been there, right? You start a to do list and then you stare at it. And then what's the next thing that you do? You promise yourself that you'll get to it later. But why do you procrastinate? Let's explore the psychology behind this common habit. So try to picture this. You have an important project to complete, right? But then you start feeling this fear of failure because procrastination often stems from this fear. Fear of not meeting expectations and fear of making mistakes. And then what happens? You become paralyzed with the idea that you won't perform as well as you hope. There's another factor that contributes to procrastination. This is you being perfectionist. You might feel like your work will never be good enough. So you keep postponing it until it's quote unquote perfect. But what happens is oftentimes your progress and your growth come from taking action rather than waiting for perfection. So you need to understand the consequences of procrastination. Because procrastination might give you a temporary break from stress, but it comes with a bunch of negative effects that can harm your happiness and your well being. Because when you delay tasks, when you delay all of these things that you need to do, what ends up happening is you start feeling more overwhelmed and more anxious. And then what happens? It lowers down your productivity and it makes it harder for you to achieve your goals. And it can strain your relationships with other people because this can lead to broken promises and disappointments. You need to know that procrastination can have serious consequences that reach beyond just those missed opportunities because, like I said, when you consistently put off the tasks that you need to do, you often will find yourself under a lot of stress. Because as the deadlines approach, the pressure increases and you will feel so overwhelmed by the amount of work that's left for you to do. And this heightened stress can lead to you feeling anxious, feeling so tense, or maybe even burnout. And what else does procrastination lead to? It can result in compromised quality of your work. How does it do that? It is because when you delay starting your project or whatever thing that you need to do, what you're doing is you're robbing yourself of the valuable time that could have been used for careful planning, for thoughtful execution, for thorough revisions of that project. And that rushed approach can lead to you making sloppy mistakes or maybe reducing your attention to the details of the things that you're doing and a general sense of dissatisfaction with the final outcome. So, in turn, what happens to you? You feel very disappointed in yourself for not performing up to your own standards. And what does this lead to? It can lead to a negative impact on your self esteem, which can actually interfere with your progress, with your personal growth. So it's really important to address this habit and find productive ways to overcome it. And that leads me to how to cultivate productivity habits. Now that we have a better understanding of why procrastination happens and the negative outcomes it brings, let's now talk about some ways to overcome procrastination. So, one helpful technique to combat procrastination is to break tasks into smaller and easier to handle steps. Let me say it again. You need to break the job, the work, the task that you need to do. You need to break it down into smaller and easier to handle steps. Okay? Because when you break a task into a smaller but manageable action, you can feel less overwhelmed and the work that you need to do, it will feel more doable. And this approach will increase your motivation to get started because you see each step as a smaller and attainable goal. And as you complete each step, you will gain a sense of accomplishment, and this will lead to you building momentum and making it easier for you to move forward. The number two, learn how to manage your time. There's this effective time management technique that I have been doing, which is called Pomodoro technique. You can use that. You can look it up what it is, but basically, this technique involves just breaking your work into intervals. Typically, you just work for 25 minutes straight and then you take a short 5-minute break before starting the next interval. This technique has been incredibly valuable for me and it helped me manage my time effectively and more efficiently. So if you adopt this approach, you can actually maintain better focus and it can enhance your productivity and it can avoid you from burning out. Because what it does is it provides structure and it helps you allocate your time effectively, which will allow you to make the most out of your work sessions and you can achieve better results in a balanced manner. And when it comes to overcoming perfectionism, please understand that it's important to remember that it doesn't mean that you are sacrificing quality of your work. So you should shift your mindset to place more emphasis on the progress rather than fixating on the final outcome. And by focusing on your journey and celebrating your achievements along the way, what happens is you can fuel your motivation and you can actually maintain a steady momentum. Because when you embrace a mindset that values growth and improvement, you can avoid getting caught up in the pressure of achieving perfection. Recognizing that progress, no matter how small it is, it's still progress. And that will allow you to appreciate the steps that you had taken towards your goals. because this perspective will help you stay motivated and it will encourage you to continue moving forward. So, it's very important for you to acknowledge and celebrate each milestone, whether, it's just completing a portion of your project or learning a new skill, because these achievements can contribute to your overall progress. Another way for you to be able to stop procrastinating is when you create a supportive environment and have someone hold you accountable for achieving your goals. So, one effective way for you to do this is to share your goals. Share it with the people that you trust, your friends, your loved ones, your coworkers, or even social media. There's a supportive community out there too that shares similar objectives, similar goals. Because when you do that, these people can actually provide you with the necessary motivation and encouragement and support that you need in your journey. When you openly share your goals with others, it's like you're inviting them to hold you accountable. And this external accountability, it can act as a very powerful source of motivation and help you stay on track. And just being part of a supportive community, this can allow you to connect with like-minded people who are working towards similar aspirations. And this sense of camaraderie, what it does to you is it can create an environment of encouragement. It can create an environment of inspiration. It can create an environment of people sharing experiences to you. And that can actually provide you with valuable insights or guidance or feedback that can fuel your progress and help you overcome the challenges that you may be having. And a lot of times, it will shorten the time that you need to get from point A to point B because of these people that are sharing their experiences to you or the ways that they took to get from point A to point B, and you learn from their mistakes. And the last strategy that I have here for you to stop procrastinating is for you to find a healthy balance between work and relaxation. This is very, very important because while it may seem counterintuitive, when you take breaks and you allow yourself to rest, what happens is it actually improves your efficiency and your creativity when you return to whatever you're doing. So you need to schedule regular breaks throughout the day. Try to disconnect from work during non working hours and make sure that you're getting adequate rest, adequate sleep, because that can optimize your performance. Because when you value your self care and you maintain a healthy work life balance, you'll be able to be more resilient. You'll be able to prevent burnout and you can sustain the long-term motivation. So always remember that when you take care of yourself, it is not a luxury, but it is actually a necessary foundation for you to live a fulfilling and a productive life. So now that we have talked about the strategies to combat procrastination, let's talk about the benefits that come when we embrace productivity and lead a purposeful life. When you take action and start being proactive, you will start experiencing personal growth, and this can boost your self esteem. Because when you accomplish your goals, it will give you a sense of fulfillment and it will strengthen your belief in your capabilities. When you embrace productivity, this allows you to seize a lot of opportunities and you can achieve your dreams. You create meaningful connections with other people who share the same passion as yours. So always remember that it's actually the small but consistent steps. Let me say that again. It's the small but consistent steps that you do that can lead you to extraordinary results. So when you choose productivity over procrastination, you can start rewriting your story and design your life that can bring you so much happiness. So that wraps up today's episode of your weekly dose of Happy Pill. I hope that you found inspiration and valuable lessons from this episode to help you break free from procrastination. So always remember that you have the power to embrace productivity and create a life that truly fulfills you. Take those small steps towards your goals, and before you know it, you'll be amazed at how far you've come. And I know that you are tired of putting things off, so I have a challenge for you. I need you to commit to completing one task that you have been avoiding all week and finish it by the end of the week so you can break free from procrastination. So start from there, and the following week, do the same thing. Okay? You can share it on your social media and tag me in it. My social media accounts are below the show notes of this episode. And tag me in it so we can break free from procrastination together. So bye for now. God bless you in all that you do.